This is the NARWAL Freo Z10 Ultra, and my honest first impression is that it feels like a mop specialist that also vacuums, not the other way around. I set it up, watched it scan the room with LiDAR, and the dual RGB cameras kicked in right away, spotting cords and socks before it even got close. From my experience, the obstacle avoidance is the real deal. It doesn't nudge things to check what they are. It recognizes and steers around them smoothly. I stopped picking up charging cables because it learned to give them space, and pet mode didn't freak my dog out. That piece alone made my floor routines less stressful. Key features I noticed are the mop extend and edge swing, 8N of downward pressure, and the hot water station that washes the pads and then dries them. If you're new to mop robots, 8N is the pressing force the heads apply to the floor. Think of it like a gentle, steady hand scrub instead of just dragging a damp cloth. That pressure, combined with the cross-pattern cleaning, actually lifted old coffee drips and sticky splatters in my kitchen without me pre-treating. It also reaches edges and corners better than most round robots I've tried. The little extendable arm that pushes the mop toward baseboards does what reviews say it does. Under toe kicks, it gets closer than I expected. The dock is big and heavy, in my opinion. You need a solid parking spot for it because moving it between floors is not fun. It's quiet though. The self-empty cycle and the pad wash routine don't roar like a shop vac. I could take a call in the next room and not feel the need to mute. The water system heats to a range that actually helps. The mid-cycle wash loosens grime, then it finishes with a hotter rinse and a proper dry so the pads don't smell. If you hate musty mop odor, that matters. Vacuuming is where expectations and reality split. On paper, the suction is 18,000 POW, which sounds wild. On hard floors, it genuinely shines. Crumbs, dust, and pet hair disappear, and edge cleaning along walls is better than average because the side brushes and that swinging motion sweep debris into the path of the roller. On low-pile rugs, it's fine for surface debris, but it doesn't pull embedded grit like a good upright or canister. If you have a lot of medium to high-pile carpet and you care about deep agitation, this won't replace a proper vacuum. In my opinion, it's perfect for homes with mostly hardwood, tile, or vinyl, plus a few area rugs. That's the setup where it makes sense. The tangle-free brush design lives up to the marketing more than I expected. I shed long hair and I have a shedding dog. After a week, I opened the brush housing and didn't need scissors. Hair was in the bin, not wrapped around the roller. That's rare in my house. The dual flow trick, sweeping hair into the roller and then pushing it into the bin, seems to work as advertised. Now the app. It's workable, but not my favorite. Map edits felt fiddly at times, and the smart auto mode can be vague about what it's doing. The bigger issue is a default setting that, in my view, hurts the experience until you change it. Out of the box, dust collection is set to a mode that waits too long to empty the onboard bin. That makes the robot run with a packed bin, which hurts suction and clogs faster with hair. I switched it to empty at the dock after each run, and everything felt more consistent. It's not a hardware problem, it's a default that needs flipping. Also, I didn't get phone notifications when the water tanks needed attention. The base announces it, but if you're away, the job can time out. It's a small thing that matters when you rely on automation. Water usage is on the high side. The clean tank can drain after a full house mop, especially if it takes multiple pad washes. Plan on refilling it often if you like spotless floors every day. And a quirk I noticed, the station can wash and dry mop pads even after a vacuum-only session if settings aren't dialed in. It's easy to avoid by choosing a vacuum-only routine with the mops off, but it's one more toggle to think about. Build quality feels premium. The robot's finish looks like a product meant to last, and the height is about 4.3 inches, so it may miss super low couches. Battery-wise, I got about 2.5 hours on a balanced setting, which covered my main floor in one go. The dock's dust bag is rated for long stretches. If you run it daily on hard floors, you'll go weeks without touching it. I also tried voice control with Alexa, and it worked fine for room starts and pauses. If you care about privacy, the dual cameras enable that strong obstacle avoidance and live check-ins, but they're still cameras. I keep it on during cleaning and otherwise park it facing a wall. That's just my comfort level. From my experience, the best parts of this robot are the mopping system, the quiet dock, the reliable obstacle avoidance, and the hair management. The parts that need patience are the app's defaults, the water refills, and the limits on carpet. I had one odd navigation moment after a software update where it looped in place and a map refresh fixed it. But it reminded me that software can make or break robots like this. I'd recommend this for households with pets and mostly hard floors who want a set-it-and-forget-it mop that actually scrubs. It's perfect for busy homes where sticky kitchen messes and paw prints show up every day. If you're hoping to deep clean plush carpets, you'll want a separate vacuum for those days. If you don't enjoy tinkering with app settings, be ready to spend 10 minutes at the start to get the dust collection and mop behaviors set the way you want. In my opinion, Narwhal nailed the mop-first approach. The corner reach, the hot water pad wash, and the quiet dock make it feel premium in the ways that matter for clean floors you can feel under bare feet. The vacuum is good enough on hard surfaces, just not a carpet monster. If you match it to the right home, it becomes one of those appliances you run every night without thinking about it. In conclusion, this is the robot I use when I want reliably clean, hard floors and zero hair-cutting sessions on the brush. It's less about showing off specs and more about coming back to shiny floors without sticky spots along the baseboards. Dial in the app, set the dock to empty after each run, keep an eye on the water tanks. And it earns its keep. To learn more about the NARWAL Freo Z10 Ultra robot vacuum, please check the comments section. Thank you for watching.